What's
fair enough.
here? I'm gonna bring us to Sirtis. Oh, Keith needs to finish his Archwing mission. All right, Keith, load us up for the next part. I guess.
Ooh.
You might.
Speaking of which, let me actually check
it might just be a
lists.
cutscene or something.
Might be. It's not here. The only quest I have here is Howl for the Cobra.
Yeah.
See, I'll check my quest log.
Because yeah, it doesn't say you've
Hang on.
completed it yet.
Every
Archwing.
check mark is done on the checklist
Find
of things to
corpus
do for
intelligence
it.
about the Battle of Formorans. Yeah, you should have completed the quest.
Maybe I have to click on something.
Uh,
Oh, there's a scanner button that I can turn on and off.
yeah,
It does nothing.
yeah, that
Oh.
basically does absolutely nothing.
Sweet.
Well, Keith, go to the Mars Junction on Earth. Oh God, I don't
What?
want to do any of this right now. This is all garbage.
Mars Junction on Earth. Let's. I think I can just go to Mars, can't I? Yeah.
Yeah, but
Never. Oh wait, I have weird access to Mars where I can't do the first things on Mars, but I can access like the middle of Mars. So Mars Junction says complete once awake. Beat 150 frontier Grineer enemies on Earth. Like 500 Rabido on missions and
Do you have
sabotage 3
any of
toxin
those?
injectors.
do
No,
you have any?
they're all at 0.
But we did once awake.
Yeah. Well, no, I have once awake. I don't have any of the things I have to
Oh,
collect.
okay. You were going to offend me there for a second.
No, no, it just it's not retroactively concluding any of the stuff we've ever done before.
Well, no.
Okay.
The only things it does retroactively is the quests and the.
All right, we're gonna go do E Prime 3 times, and then
Yeah.
maybe a survival mission or the excavation or something. This is
Right, but
broken.
just remember,
Now
it
the
has
menu's
to be
confusing in brand new ways.
it has to be him or his companion that gets the kills. Us killing things
Okay.
don't count.
So,
So he's gonna be the one doing most of the killing against those.
With my
Frontier
level 1 weapons.
Grineer.
all right.
Yep.
Well,
This is an
luckily
observation mission. I'll have my scanner out.
luckily it's going to.
Isn't Wander playing as somebody that kills people by standing?
I'm just not going to turn it on.
Yeah.
Do I have
That's
to use my
probably a good
weapon or
idea.
can I just shock everything?
Doesn't matter.
That's
As
probably
long as
stronger
you
than
are the
all
one
the other
doing them.
options.
All right, so I'm just going to ignore things and do the mission.
Hey.
Keith, you kill everything along the way.
I'm just gonna
I'm-
keep our overshields up as best I can.
I haven't seen this biome
Without
for a
killing
while.
too
This
many
is like
things.
Kubro land.
I'll look for caches.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the caches. Let me know if you find any the Cephalon. Actually, wait, I don't need the Cephalon fragments here. I need them for Venus. That's a bust.
I might still need some from here. I hardly have any.
Our attack would be even more effective if we could figure out a way to neutralize the Grineer toxin.
You know what's
Not
endearing?
very enemy dense.
It gets
Well,
denser.
not
I'm
yet.
running past all of them.
Just remember, kids, it gets denser.
The mixer activates the toxin.
Just remember, I get denser with age.
Yeah.
What was that?
Harmless. Take care when
The inverse
destroying
relation between age and wanting to learn
It's
things.
highly explosive.
It's true.
Head to the
By
poison
the time I'm
detector now.
100, fuck knowledge. I already know enough.
Also, breathing and
By
other
the
things that
time you're
living people
100,
do.
you're gonna be put. Your brain is gonna be extracted and put in a jar.
Yay!
That's gonna be where you are going
And then you
to
can be a
remain.
Dragon Ball Z villain.
I'll be a pickle.
Or
I'll
a
be Piccolo.
Futurama.
Set the injection to overdrive.
Or a Futurama celebrity.
Well, if anything, you will be pickled, but not in the sense that you were hoping of. Pickled brain in a jar.
Call me the Pickler.
There's gonna be a
We are
delicacy
going
for
to
whatever the hell
inject
decides
by
to
operating it at a
attack
dangerous
us after we
high
discover
velocity.
warp tech.
Keep the Grineer at bay until it melts down.
Now, let's avoid that for a while, like ever.
Yeah.
Until we
Well-
like gain psychic abilities that explode heads or something first. Like we need
Yeah.
a defense mechanism better than guns.
I mean, the other question is, are we going to get quantum computing first, or are we going to get warp tech first?
Which one of those is a nuclear holocaust?
Neither.
Oh man,
hopefully.
I had somebody
Yeah.
in my I had somebody in my Discord chat worrying about how Russia's going to blow the world up and stuff like that. I was like, have you heard of the Cold War by any chance? And they hadn't, and I was just like, oh. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, turns out, chat guy, we've been talking about this for like 40 years.
Yeah. Well, it's even longer if you include during World War II.
I was definitely
Yeah.
just saying a number. without thinking about it at all.
Yeah.
Wait, is that a not loaded texture? Oh
Yes.
yeah, it is. The middle of this hallway is just black.
If you include World War II, like at the very end of World War II, there was a big scare when Russia brought out their new IS-2 on 1940s.
Okay.
Was it? Or 1944s, excuse me.
I realize now if we need to get Keith the kills, I'm just gonna put us on the excavation mission after this.
Yeah.
So let's just get this mission done.
Didn't
fast.
I only need like 15 kills?
150,
150.
Oh, it was 150?
which is
Yeah.
actually like really easy to
Whoops.
get in this game, but still.
Yeah. It definitely helps when the enemies are there.
Ooh.
But so
found
far
one.
they're barely here.
Going
Just
back to the
one.
whole nuclear war thing, yeah, nobody's gonna win in a
that's
nuclear
the
war
opposite
anyways.
of what we want. Is to go back to it.
Well, no, I was just saying, there is gonna be no winner in a nuclear
Marty,
war.
we need to go back to the future. The worst future.
Marty, I'm tired of your shit. We're going to World War III, and you're not coming back. Oh.
He's actually like the Connor of that World War.
With John Connor.
Yeah. I couldn't remember the first name. Oh,
Understandable.
what the hell?
I can just imagine Arnold
Oh,
Schwarzenegger
with the-
chasing
with the
around.
Wait, what is happening? What?
Hang on, I'll
Whoa,
go
my
get him.
controls are
boy.
fucked up. What happened? Oh, now they're back. Why'd they come
Keith,
back?
where are you?
I'm waiting for shit
was
to
weird.
happen, so I'm just posting the weird dumb cow video.
My controls
Keith.
broke for a while, where left trigger instead of like crosshair aiming would open the chat, which is like
Yeah.
the opposite
I
of
mean,
what you
it
want
just
it to
it just
do.
wants you to be social.
And then it just went back, and I don't know how either part happened.
Talk with us. Talk with us. One
Alright.
of us.
I put a wonderful GIF on the chat
Mission complete.
for people watching this
Excellent
live.
work, Tenno.
Enjoy.
What have you
Hey,
done?
Tisus
Oh,
is
this I
next.
gotta click on this real fast because reasons.
You know what? Actually, I can totally.
Just
I can,
reasons.
I can get this into the video /stream. I'll full screen this shit. And full screen
Putting
it
a
more?
kid-
The
What are
answer
you
is no.
doing?
Okay.
What have you done, Wander?
What
Peop-
is this?
People get to
What?
see this in all of its
Oh,
glory.
no.
It's a cow with no legs walking on its udders. What are
That
those things are
seems
called?
both
I've seen
wrong
that.
and very painful.
Oh!
I just like how the udder
worse than
itself
the,
actually has a little bit of secondary animation, like it kind of bounces up and down as things go along.
That's
Oh my
horrifying.
god.
Let's make it bigger. There we go. Now it's pretty
I'm just
big.
kind of
All right, that's
all of a
enough of
sudden
that.
I just kind of overlaid that image with the clip clop sound of a horse, and it's just even weirder now.
Yeah, that'd be pretty messy. I would not enjoy any of that. All right. Let's see. Where's
Oh
Tisus?
no.
Can I get rid of it? There we go. Tisus was
that's
interesting,
crazy.
but mostly bad. Ooh, static ore. I can finally level that up.
Hey, I already got 32.
Okay.
That wasn't too bad for how sparse that mission was.
Sadly, we got to do that 3 times.
Do what?
Okay.
That mission
that
3
exact
times.
mission.
Why?
Because
Reasons.
if you check the Mars
the
Junction,
3 requirement, right?
yeah, I was kind of hoping it would just be one of those where we just do it once and that'd be close enough, but nope.
And it would just realize, like, oh yeah, you've done this before a billion times before.
1 second.
Kind of like they patched in more steps between things between me and what things we were gonna do that weren't there before. You're my tadpole, might.
Someday we will figure out how to get Keith to a quest.
The Grineer want to
I'm really curious what's going to happen when he gets to Mars Junction.
It's interesting because I don't think I've played a game before where like looking for a quest was the thing that took effort.
I get the feeling Keith
just
is going
wait till we play Second World.
break out in about
Or
couple
whatever it's
seconds.
called.
Second
Secret
Dream.
World?
Secret World, there we go.
I look forward to Secret World because that game seems insane. Like you solve mysteries just to finish this quest.
That seems
You
neat to me.
decode stuff.
So it's something like was it LA Noir?
Kinda.
Like that?
But even in LA Noire, you would just pick a choice, and if you were wrong, then somebody went to jail that wasn't supposed to, and sometimes you wouldn't even know for sure if that was the case or not. But in a Secret World, like you literally is like solve this riddle, like solve this code to even finish this quest and stuff like that, and you literally, like if you don't solve it, like that's
That's the end of the line.
That's it. Like it's not like you walk to the next exclamation point like in WoW and just keep going.
Whoa. Ooh. Okay, hang on.
It's also a game with infinite leveling, and I think it might not even have classes.
This is
It
interesting.
has tons of skill trees.
I
Just
don't
do what you
remember
want.
this ever being a thing right here with this new injector. This must have been added recently.
Well,
Batbeard's playing as Neza.
well, does he like him?
Batbeard, what do you think of Neza?
Oh, I do. I'm starting to get the hang of his powers, especially the Firewalker.
Oh,
Yeah,
I assume that
that
was
was a
Shell in
mistake.
the
Yeah.
background.
Whoops. Yeah. Yeah,
I didn't use that before, but I've been trying it. It's cool.
Nope.
we
That was
lost
not
our
the
dual
right
we lost our dual mic setup
Gonna go over
temporarily.
this.
So Shell
that didn't
just
work.
every once in a while will be like the distant voice.
There we go.
How'd you manage to lose the
So apparently
Mic
the
setup.
Scarlet 2i2 has the worst Windows 10 support ever, and it's had that for
And that
like
it kills itself
months?
when it
Yeah.
realizes you're using Windows 10.
So it every once in a while will make that like horrible robot-y crackly thing, which you guys probably heard me do at least once or twice.
Yeah.
And
Wait,
then
there's one over here.
and then it will blue screen your computer randomly too. Sometimes when you're trying to fix that, and sometimes just because. It's kind of a little asshole.
It's okay. It's a driver crash. Yeah, no, I've had that happen with a couple of different applications, but
But
I've
so-
never heard it with a mic setup.
They've been aware of the problem, but they haven't fixed it. And
No.
then, most recently, we were doing the podcast. Mine blue screened my computer, and then the Scarlet wouldn't even load.
I don't. And there's no other way you could get like a screw or anything, just have two different microphones. That way?
Not really. You
Only
end
to
up
one mono
you end up
source?
with them desyncing slightly.
Oh.
It's not great, so that's why you need a mixer or an audio interface of some sort. So I've got the next one coming in tomorrow, but you know, Amazon Prime is only so fast unless you spend money on it. And I might have been able to like demand that they send me the replacement faster, seeing as the product broke. But
Well, here's hoping. Because otherwise, you're probably just gonna have to get a.
no, it'll be
I
fine.
don't know.
It's just an annoyance of here's the highly recommended thing. Turns out highly recommended thing is shit.
Yeah. Here's the highly recommended Beats by Dre.
True.
Oh yeah.
Oh goodness. I never understood the craze around those.
Branding.
I experienced it because I used to
Yep.
sell them, and
I
it
mean,
didn't make any sense.
They're
But I sold them a
legitimately
lot.
they're legitimately okay headphones. Just like skull
It's
candies and whatever.
Style, I guess, / word of mouth of just
Yeah.
Dre.
I mean
For
like
like $400 to $600, really?
Let the
yeah.
Dre into your ears and into your heart.
well, it's
I
kind
don't
of
know.
one
I
of
used
those
to
where
sell them all day, and you did not have to pitch them at all. People just wanted them.
yeah. I mean, it's like iPods. iPods do not need to be nearly as expensive as iPods are, but because
Well, no electronics
now they
used to
don't
be that
exist.
expensive.
Right.
Oh,
iPhones.
I am still the proud user of an iPod Touch 3.
Oh goodness.
Oh, really?
You really
Yeah.
are in the dark ages. Holy crap, man.
That replaced a 20 gigabyte iPod video. Is like
Hang on. Did you
that's
just say iPod video?
yes.
What the hell are those?
That was when iPod added a fully color screen, but it was still an iPod with a circle control thing on the front.
Yeah.
Oh
I
goodness.
I
They
still
didn't
have
make
a
too many of
working
them.
Creative Zen Vision. 30 gigabyte.
I literally
Are you
used
serious?
I used
Yeah.
an iPod video until it literally became a brick. And I plan on doing the same thing with the iPod Touch 3 because all I
It's a
do with them is listen to
2005.
podcasts. All I do is listen to podcasts on these things.
Yeah, I still have like the like really old iPod model that came out like back in 2000, I think. Like those actual like, really old iPods that could barely even play videos at all.
Was that us redoing the same mission?
Yeah, we have to do it 3 times.
Okay.
Well,
I was a
one
little
more,
confused
at
because
least.
I thought we were doing the drilling thing.
Nope, we got to do
Give me
it 3
one
times.
sec. I'm gonna real quick equip something that'll make it go faster.
No, I
Okay.
can make it go. I can make it go faster.
You've got a antitoxin.
Antitoxin. Oh no, I didn't realize you could do that.
Yep, I've got
This game's
a,
like, I see you're trying to grind, so we added a grind between you and the grind.
Yes. I mean,
I just added an
Normally,
antitoxin to my
admittedly,
gear, so
for anybody starting the game like now, this grind wouldn't be as much of an issue because you'd still have to
Yeah.
do like all of these things and it wouldn't be so bad.
The weird
But
part is that they didn't build it with the existing player base in mind, even though those existing player base will be the vast majority of people experiencing the change.
yeah,
Right.
well, I think their assumption was most people
Especially since
that
you
are going
don't
to
start
be.
over ever in this game.
Yeah, I think their assumption is most of the people most affected by it are going to be a very small population because most people have probably already progressed past this point, or, you know, are just starting. And there aren't a whole lot of people in this like weird limbo where they haven't finished, you know, some of the more basic required quests to continue with the game.
Oh, I'm flying. I'm surprised they didn't program it to like just
Yeah.
connect the dots between all the things you currently have unlocked, so
I
you
wish-
can keep doing the things you have unlocked.
I wish the junctions didn't have plot-related quests. I mean, really, I'm not even sure why your thing broke the way it did.
Whoa! Oh, that was nice.
Remove the biocatalyst cartridge and
all
lot
right.
of
There's the
things high up.
antitoxin.
A lot of high up things to get stuck on in this level.
All right.
I keep sailing through the air and suddenly I'm on a tripwire or I'm on a weird lid of a thing floating in midair forever.
There we
Effie,
go.
are
That
you
should have
I don't think it
significantly
worked.
decreased the time. Yeah, it
Oh,
did.
Cephalon fragment. Right.
Because it removed it
Yeah.
from my inventory.
Okay.
Long story short, it just significantly decreases the time that it takes for the antitoxin or the toxin to dissipate. So
I see.
there are varying ones that have stronger or weaker effects, but I have one of the strongest ones equipped. From like, I've had these things sitting in my inventory for like 2 years.
Do you
Never
make them?
used them? Yeah, you scan the cones like the sunlight and moonlight thresh cones.
Oh, I vaguely remember that.
Yep. And you'll get things that you can, yeah, see it's going a lot faster this time around.
Did anyone see the new Star Trek?
Nope.
Not yet.
Haven't seen it yet.
I've heard it's
Probably
fantastic.
this weekend.
If you've seen the last two, you've kind of seen it already.
I've seen only the second of the newer movies.
Oh,
So
weird.
did that come out last week then?
It just came out
Something like that?
on Friday.
Okay, yeah, that's last week.
Yep.
I
finally
yeah,
found
went to see it on premiere. I heard people suggesting that it would be different this time, and it was not.
Okay.
I was kind of hoping it'd be slightly more Star Trek-y this time around, because people
Yeah.
were suggesting that would be. Even Simon
Everybody
Pegg was.
was.
Trying to, Simon Pegg was trying to say that. It's
Yeah.
not. It's another it's another Star Wars movie, basically with Star Trek characters in it. Everyone's running around and shooting and screaming and exploding, and
Okay.
all the characters are really well written, but it definitely still feels like a Star Wars movie.
Right. I was hoping it wouldn't be. I was hoping it'd have more character depth, and you know, it would be more of a dialogue-heavy.
The problem is, like, dialogue heavy in a movie doesn't do so well when you're, like, trying to bring
It
in
can.
the mass market appeal, though.
Right. I know.
What's
the disappointing thing, because that was the nice thing about Star Trek for a long time was its niche feel.
Right.
Yeah. Like, did you guys see The Men from U.N.C.L.E.
No.
at all? Pretty good action scenes, but there were only a couple of them. For the most part, it was a lot of talking. And the, like, dialogue was really well written. But it didn't do so well because everybody was like, it feels like a really long movie. And I'm like, that's what I loved about it.
Main thing I heard about The Man from U.N.C.L.E. is that it stars a guy that would be good at playing Archer in a movie, basically playing Archer in a movie.
Yeah. But it was Superman playing Archer in a movie.
Yeah.
Which was almost better.
Which those are mostly good things to hear, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd rather him play anything besides Superman, honestly.
Exactly, yeah. I really enjoyed that movie, actually. I thought it was funny as hell.
Yeah, I'm the asshole that always wants people to sit in a room and just talk for a while. Like, I'm the one that people are complaining about Hateful Eight, and I'm like, I love this. This is amazing.
Keith,
Let's
get
start
back
it
here.
over.
Keith, you're the only one
I
holding
walk
this up.
I walk
Yeah, I
slightly
know.
out of the ring.
It's dumb
Excellent work, Ted.
how, like, limited that is.
Like, I watched Hateful Eight with a room full of people, and I'm the only person who enjoyed it. And for me, it was like, well, this is the best movie all year. And everyone else like, well, we're not getting those hours back.
Wow. Yeah,
I'm
that's...
like, oh.
I know exactly what you're talking about. There are movies that I just have to keep my mouth shut when I leave.
Yeah, I'm like, I
I'm
understand.
like, I love that.
Yeah, I'm like, I understand you, Tarantino.
Yeah. You and me, we're cool. I get you, what you're trying to do there.
It's like, I'm sorry, everyone else, that there wasn't enough samurai sword fights in this one. We just did it 3 times, huh? So we're done with that. I need... The big thing I need, actually, is I need 422 Rubido.
We should be okay with this.
I only need 23 more kills.
Effie, do you have a Necros that you could bring?
Yes.
Alternatively,
Does
Batbeard,
someone else
do you
have
have a Necros that you could bring?
I do.
Okay, because we need a lot of Rubido. Easy way to do that is to go to, what was it?
I'm sorry, did you say we needed a lot of Rubido?
We need a lot of Rubadubs, man. But on
What
Earth.
is this?
So
Down.
for the Star Trek thing, the big disappointment was that I'm looking forward to character moments, right? Like it's like naturally it's what you want from that kind of stuff, and people keep saying that this is the movie where there's a point in the movie where everyone gets separated into little groups and like, oh cool, like these two together and those two together, they're all gonna have like character development scenes. Like this will be great. They on average have 2 scenes, and then that part of the movie's over. And I'm like, oh no, they could have had so much cool stuff this way. But now back to plot, and the plot is literally like a guy with an ancient revenge plan has some sort of crazy technology and a super ship, just like the first movie.
And the second movie.
So, yeah.
Yes, the whole 3 movies are some guy has a grudge and is attacking people with his special ship, and there's some sort of MacGuffin.
Wow, that is really lame.
All the way down to the movie ending with either Kirk or Spock fighting one-on-one with said guy. Also, just like every other movie in the series, said guy, to prove his dangerousness, chokes Kirk at some point earlier in the movie. Because that's just a thing that happens, is villains of Star Trek movies just grab Chris Pine by the neck and lift him off the ground in every film.
I mean, Zack Snyder is not a fan of Chris Pine at all, and enjoys watching the man be choked.
Zack Snyder has nothing. Zack Snyder has nothing to do with these movies.
I thought Zack Snyder was the director. Who's the director?
Zack Snyder's the shitty Superman director.
Oh shit! All right. Who's the
The first 2 films were J.J. Abrams. This one's the guy that made the good Fast and Furious movies later on.
Yeah.
Ah.
J.J. Abrams, man.
Zack Snyder. Yeah, I remember the part where Zack Snyder rebooted the Star Trek franchise. They picked him up for Star Wars.
Amazing. Oh man, that would be really twisted.
Oh yeah.
I would want to see that though.
All these great Zack Snyder directed Chewbacca scenes.
Oh man.
I can't wait for when Star Trek goes full grimdark and has no fun with anything ever. Well, we'll all scream about our mothers.
It got very close with the second movie.
Yeah. But not
I mean,
the
when you
Zack
consider
Snyder
the
way.
fact that, they decided, oh, let's make a prototype ship based off of the Enterprise to, that's a warship capable of running with one man. Like, it's ridiculous.
There's definitely a thing where it still bothers me when I watch the new Star Trek movies and there's scenes where, like, Marines are picking up straight up, like, Halo-style assault rifles, and I'm like, huh. This isn't my Star Trek. They're supposed to have dopey little phaser things. But no, they're like, it's straight up the assault rifle from Halo 1. I'm like, what?
Yeah. What happened to my set phasers to kill bullshit?
It is bulky as all hell. And it's like, that's space gun. We're doing Starship Troopers.
Yeah.
They're in a drop ship, they have machine guns. I'm like, what?
When did this turn into Battlestar Galactica?
Yeah, these are the voyages, the Starship Enterprise. The boldly go where no one has gone before and say, get fucked.
Yeah, like the Enterprise isn't even a combat ship, it's an exploration vessel.
No.
And yet somehow it has photon torpedoes loaded on board.
Yeah.
Because, that totally makes sense. I mean, active defense systems with the whole, missile defense system and whatnot, that's, or in this case, torpedo defense system is completely understandable. But for an exploration vessel, it sure as hell has a lot of offensive armament.
Yeah, it does. But they come in peace. Stop picking up. My character really wants to pick up all the power cells. Having a problem.
Pick them up, boy.
There we go.
You want
I think the
'em.
reload button's the same one they mapped for picking up power cells. Every time I try to reload my shotgun, which is every like 2 shots, I then am picking up random objects instead.
They definitely need photon torpedoes to take out the giant space cigar.
Oh yes, thank you for reminding me about that.
I have no idea what Shell's talking about. She's talking about
Or
Star Trek.
Something about taking out giant space.
I'm just wondering whether they're gonna go
Cigars.
full weird and have a movie where it's like Captain Kirk versus Borg.
All right.
Really?
Shell? Is this another one of those non sequiturs from chat? Because I really don't understand where this... Oh, missed it. Then again, I was looking up the whole Sulu
didn't even
being
hear-
gay thing.
The excavator has lost
Oh!
power.
Oh yeah, Sulu's gay in the new film, but you
Yeah.
basically have to be told that to notice.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
okay,
literally
that's-
any conversation about Sulu being gay is longer than the entirety of scenes about Sulu being gay in the film.
Apparently, it's actually
Also,
Simon's... it's apparently Simon Pegg's fault. He was the one that decided, hey, what if
Oh,
we
boy.
made Sulu gay? Because apparently he
gay.
actually had a hand in writing the screenplay, which I didn't know.
the guy who,
I've heard that a lot,
the
actually.
engineer from
Yeah.
the original 2 movies had a hand in writing it. Yep.
On top of that, also, just to reiterate on that even more, any conversation about Sulu being gay is longer than any scenes that contain Sulu in the film.
Yeah.
He's
Wow.
he's for the first time he's actually less important than Chekhov in a film. Like he has like 2 minutes of screen time total.
What do you mean?
kinda-
Wait,
Oh,
Mr.
boy.
Sulu is the navigator has less screen time.
Well,
in
they're
the
not-
movie? What?
Don't
And
they
yet they make
crash?
him gay. How do they establish that?
He literally like puts his hand on someone's back, in a scene.
Wow.
And,
Okay.
well, it's because they happen to be
did that
visiting
in
a
2 minutes.
Well, they happen to be visiting a location where his family lives, and his family appears to be a boyfriend and a daughter.
Oh.
So
I mean,
you see him walking
I don't
away
mind
with
them
his hand
doing
on
it,
another
but,
man's
like,
back, and that's the
You're
entirety.
right. You know, don't
That's
give him
all.
just 2 minutes.
That's the entirety of his gayness. Is you see his hand on that guy's back as they walk away with their daughter, smiling and stuff.
So
Wow.
basically, what you're saying is they included it for political correctness.
Well,
That's
they
pretty much it.
included it
I
because
don't know
George
if it's even
Takei
political
is gay.
correctness.
Yeah.
It's not political correctness. They did it to homage George Takei. But
Yeah,
George
probably.
Takei is like, it's kind of
Also,
unfortunate because...
I would also say political correctness is the wrong phrase to ever use about Star Trek.
Yes,
It's like in Next Generation, there were men walking around on the crew with skirts on. Like, you could just
Yeah.
look at the crew in the background wearing the other gender's supposed uniforms, because that was the whole point. That nothing mattered, really. Being Sulu is like... Sulu being gay is like, yeah, they can go wherever they want with that, really. But they
Yeah,
mostly
it
just go nowhere with it.
I mean, honestly, they've diverted from a lot of the original plot of the whole
Well,
story
duh.
after the very
There's
first
no
movie,
plot.
just because of the fact. Well, from what I've heard from the first movie, it's Spock goes back in time, changes history.
Well, yeah,
like,
but
that's
like,
the entire reason why everything's
but
changed.
like, they haven't done enough world building to actually make the world significant. Like,
Yes.
Star Trek itself was a very like painstakingly designed universe, and the
You know,
movies.
Stop a target. Go to the
There's
It's science
no-
fiction fantasy, and they haven't done any fantasy world building.
Yeah, the issue is there's no slow moments, so every single movie is just non-stop. Like the explosive moment that starts the mission happens,
Right.
and then the rest of the movie is dealing with that problem, and then it's resolved, and everyone smiles, and the credits roll, and Shell talks over us.
Yeah. Yes, that. I don't know. Like I said, apparently the third one's pretty decent, but I don't know. Honestly, the newer movies are just. In
The
my
third
opinion,
one
they're
is just as
meh.
good as the other ones are. They're good for it's good for the same reasons,
Yep.
and bad
They're-
for the same reasons.
Yeah.
So on.
It's not Star
Like,
Trek. It's now.
It's an
Battlestar
enjoyable
Galactica.
2-hour movie where you kind of forget it afterwards.
Yeah.
I'm kind of forgetting it already.
You know,
Yeah.
that's actually
Kinda
kind of a sad part. Like, I actually don't remember much of like a lot of
For me, the most
like,
memorable
big
one of the
hits.
trilogy is still the first one.
Run out of power.
It's
Yeah.
because the mission took up the least amount of the film because it had to set up all the characters.
Hang on, the trilogy of the new one or the trilogy of the
The 3 new movies, the most memorable one's the first one for me because they had to spend the most time setting up characters and stuff before the mission started.
Yeah, unfortunately, I never actually saw the first one. I just saw Into Darkness
Yeah.
first.
To the dig site.
When I see
So-
when I see the first one again, once the actual mission starts, I'm like, oh wow, yeah, I forgot this happens. Oh, I forgot this happens. Oh wow, this happens.
'Cause I was gonna say, if
it
you
just
were-
all drains from your brain because it's like, oh, it's just action scenes, one after another. The part where he shoots himself through space into another ship, I'm like, I don't remember that every time I see it.
Yeah.
But then I get surprised by it again.
Wasn't that Into Darkness that he
Was it
did
Into
that?
Darkness?
Yep.
Yeah, because he fires himself out of the torpedo tube
Oh,
and,
you're right.
into the engineering hatch of the experimental Enterprise combat
I
warship.
don't
thing.
know if I could tell you which action scenes are in which movie between the first two now, except for the
Yeah.
fact that the worst scene of Into Darkness I can say is in that movie.
That was probably one of the most badass things I think I've ever seen Kirk do. Out of all of the movies, including the old ones, that is probably the most
Yeah.
reckless and badass thing I think I've ever seen him do.
You know, I
Fire
actually,
himself out of a torpedo tube into
I actually really
like a
wish they had
2-meter wide
rebooted
gap.
Star Trek with Next Generation instead, almost. Because
I do like that entire cast of characters better.
Yeah, like Picard. Picard had his badass moments, but it was.
Oh, these are all. Are these red guys yours?
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Oh.
makes zombies.
Let me put it to you this way.
I was trying to shock them.
In my opinion, nothing beats the Suave of Kirk. It's just
See, I
every
never-
other. Every
No,
other
no, no,
movie
no, no,
is
no.
sleeping with
Riker
some
sit
random-
down before?
some new girl.
Riker beats Kirk's Suave
I've never seen
any day.
I've never seen Kirk
Yeah.
step over a chair.
That's how he sits down.
Yeah, I watched the entirety of Next Generation for years as a kid, never noticing that a single time.
Yeah.
And it blew my mind
Yep.
to see it for the first time and have someone point it out to me. It's like that video where they're saying like how many times did someone pass the ball? And they're like, did you see the gorilla? Like that trick video? That was me watching Next Generation for years, then finding out how Riker's been sitting down this whole time by stepping over every single chair, even when he gets back out. Gets out of chairs by stepping over them backwards. I'm like, what? First of all, how tall are you? But also, whoever does that?
Oh my goodness.
It's crazy to watch. Those montages of Riker stepping over chairs on YouTube.
I'm gonna have to watch this now. 'cause
Yes.
I haven't seen
I'm
that.
I'm just happy to find out that people have done that.
The montage.
Yes, a montage of Riker stepping over chairs. It's like watching
course they
JoJo's
do.
Bizarre Adventure, and all of the moments where somebody yelled out "Oh shit" in very
I mean,
terrible
people
English.
montage everything. Someone made a montage of every time Aaron Hansen on Game Grumps pronounces the word both with an L. Like,
Yeah.
someone did that. Like,
Goodness.
10 minutes long.
I say
Just
both.
saying both over and over again with an L.
And then, of course, some of the more, well-known ones is Arnold Schwarzenegger with the whole "I'll be back" bullshit.
Oh, yeah.
It's like an 11-minute long video of just him saying "I'll be back." It's ridiculous.
He just stole that line and put it in every movie.
I just want like a sitcom with just Olsenegger just going out for groceries and just like cramming in as many like 80s movie references as they possibly can where they don't belong. So like
that would be a fantastic reality show.
like
Just following along. Arnold
kind of like the
Schwarzenegger.
Expendables, but like for retirees. You know, all of the like old action movie stars that clearly can't be action movie stars. Like, for God's sake, stop giving Bruce Willis action roles. The man is like
Stop giving Tom Cruise action roles. Jeez.
geriatric.
No, Tom Cruise can actually really do action just fine still.
He's also
The
not
guy's
that
like
old.
almost 60.
Yeah, but he's also
there's
in
been,
great
like-
shape. It's ridiculous.
He is in
Well, yeah,
amazing
no,
shape.
He
like-
still does his own stunts in the freaking Mission Impossible films.
Like
I saw
I'm
the recent Mission Impossible movie and it was fantastic.
Yeah,
I gotta say,
actually-
the fact that he did his own stunt with, hanging off the C-130,
yeah,
that really surprised me.
yeah. He's
Yeah.
in great shape. It's the other people that are either getting out of shape or lazy. In Bruce Willis's case, he doesn't care about films anymore.
I was
Bruce
more
Willis
so...
and what's the guy Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
If they ever are in a movie, they just sit there and look bored and like, I'm here for money.
Yeah, I legitimately was angry that they didn't bother to do the episode 7 like years ago when Harrison Ford
Yeah.
belonged
life.
in. Well, like old Harrison Ford was just such a travesty in my mind. Like watching it, it just like I didn't enjoy watching him do anything in that movie, and I was like, when he. Okay, spoiler time. Close your ears for like 20 seconds.
I mean, I guess everyone should have seen Star Wars by now.
Yeah, freaking-
Come on, man.
But
Yeah.
you always...
I want to meet the person who didn't see Star Wars and somehow is not spoiled yet.
Yes.
All I have to say is, I'm glad they finally killed him off.
That's
all
what I was
going
gonna say. I was actually pleased when they killed him because I'm like, good. Now we don't have
Because
to
he
deal
can't
with
come back.
old
And they can't
Solo.
do it again.
And
Yeah.
until the prequel
And-
movie.
I'm pretty sure I
Hey,
mentioned this
Keith.
while streaming with Batbeard. The only thing new that they put into that movie is they shot Chewie. But seriously, everything else was recycled.
Keith?
Or recycled in some way, shape, or form.
Question. Press escape. Check your view mission progress. How much rubido do you have?
Just press your P key. As fast
Looking
as-
for the Rubido. I have plenty. I have almost
Do you-
500
how
from
much
this
is
mission.
plenty?
Ow.
Okay.
I'm done already.
Okay.
I almost
leave.
have the requirement already, and I already had some.
Okay. Then let's go.
For me,
What
one of
about
the worst
Luke?
things was that one of my favorite sci-fi movies I've enjoyed for a while now was Looper, and
Oh,
Bruce
Looper was
Willis. That's such a masturbatory Bruce Willis film that not only is he the starring role, but the other starring role is a guy playing Bruce Willis with Bruce Willis makeup on, and Bruce Willis can't pretend to care about the film for 5 minutes. I'm like, God damn it, Bruce Willis, you're so fucking done making movies. He doesn't care. He's just
If he had
bored.
actually put effort into that movie, it probably would have been one of the best movies of the year.
He's just
Oh,
bored
yeah.
and sad and old now, and it makes me sad, and I don't want to
Yeah.
see it
Well,
anymore.
With that being said, I guess that kind of makes the role all the more real feeling, I guess, because he's not really caring and his character is very
But that
Yeah.
no.
nonchalant for like half the
It's-
movie.
Yes and no. Like you
Like
can
they,
totally
it's like they had
do
to write
that
an
better
entire
than
script
the
to
way
make
they've done that.
his shitty behavior work.
Yeah.
Like
but
have you seen Fire with Fire?
I know.
Like Bruce Willis works so much, but not well, that there's just shitty like straight to DVD movies coming out with him now too. In Fire with Fire, he's on the cover of the thing, but all he does is sit around in chairs and grimace at people the entire film. The one action scene is one of those dumb old man action scenes where it's like, some guys got the old man, take him down. Like, we're gonna take you down, old man. You can't do shit because you're an old man. And then he does like a couple like punches where he's like not even really hitting them, and everyone's like Power Ranger diving away and stuff, and that's his action scene. Like, you guys, and it's like, haha, old man's actually a badass. Ooh, I'm like,
How much do you want to bet that they actually use
bad.
stuntmen for that, anyways? Let's be honest here. He probably couldn't even be artists to just.
it looks
get
like
up
an old
and do
man's
it.
just fake punching at people, and all the stuntmen are just acting around him to pretend he's hurting them. That's what the whole film looks like.
Wow.
He fell so hard.
But if I can also go back to Tom Cruise for a second. Apparently they're coming up finally after like God knows how many years. What, like 20 some odd years, 30 years? They're finally coming out, or apparently filming Top Gun 2.
Oh.
Oh,
Apparently,
right.
I remember reading it in a couple of places, so I don't think it was a hoax, at least.
Okay.
I don't know when it's coming out, but apparently it's coming out.